Mine's gone orange, so I don't know what that means. Alright, and it went red. Is that working? I think it's going. Yeah, and then on.
Facebook, click on the Facebook post.
Let me find the...
Just click the find post shit.
Yeah, that should be it.
Yeah, it always finds the last one.
And on.
On.
And then YouTube, click that.
Just on auto does it.
And then that's okay. And then on.
And skip, and then go view.
View log.
Click and see, get you reading easily.
Where'd it go?
Shuffle those cards, feel the vibe. Tarot talks like ancient tribes. Sunday special, don't be late. Click to join and don't wait.
Yep, alright.
Mindy's here to guide your way. Free tarot reads every Sunday. Like and subscribe,
You should
stay.
last time it worked.
Yeah,
Oh, audio's on, audio's on.
Mindy reads the cards so fine. Every Sunday spend some time. Join us, live, just click and see. Get you reading easily. Shuffle those cards, feel the vibe. Tarot talks like ancient tribe. Sunday special, don't be late. Click to join and don't wait. Mindy's here to guide your way. Free tarot reads every Sunday. Like and subscribe, stay a while. Get your reading tarot style. Your day, she knows your heart. Tarot telling secrets smart. Future, past, and what's to be. Mindy's vision's always free. Wonder what your cards will show. Tune in minute for the flow. See your path with Mindy's grace. Feel the comfort in this place. Tap the button, join the fun. Readings live for everyone. Like, subscribe to see your fate. Mindy waits, don't hesitate. Mindy's here to guide your way. Free tarot reads every Sunday. Like and subscribe, stay a while. Get your reading tarot style. Your day, she knows your heart. Tarot telling secrets smart. Future, past, and what's to be. Mindy's vision's always free. Wonder what your cards will show. Tune in minute for the flow. See your path with Mindy's grace. Feel the comfort in this place. Tap the button, join the fun. Readings live for everyone. Like, subscribe to see your fate. Mindy waits, don't hesitate.
Hey yo, Mindy in the crib, tarot cards in the stack. Sunday vibes collect the tribe, y'all don't be slack. Crystal balls and tarot flow, she got you on the line. Free breed, believe, defeat, knowledge so divine. 10 minutes till the show, grab a seat, beat the scene. Subscribe, thumbs up, yo, you know what I mean. Mystic visions, future visions, she be sipping tea. Left forecast, past, present, destiny. Tarot on the tube, man, click and join the crew. Mindy drop the wisdom every Sunday like it's new. Thumbs up, subscribe, get your fate, know it's true. Live tarot reading, Mindy bring it in for you. Aussie vibes coming live, feel the energy. Mindy's got the cards, yo, to set you mentally. From pentacles to cups, swords to the arcana. Free reading, sunbeams streaming from the land of fauna. Shuffling the deck, destiny on the line. Hit that bell, Mindy spell, metaphysical combined. She's the queen of wands, mystery in her hand. Future laid in pattern, she's got the command. Terror on the tube, better click and join the crew. Mindy drop the wisdom every Sunday like it's new. Thumbs up, subscribe, get your fate, know what's true. Live terror, read it, Mindy bringing it for you. Terror on the tube, better click and join the crew. Mindy drop the wisdom every Sunday like it's new. Thumbs up, subscribe, get your fate, know what's true. Live terror, read it, Mindy bringing it for you. Hey yo, Mindy in the crib, tell the cards in the stack. Sunday vibes collect the tribe. Yo, it's Sunday, Mindy's here. Tarot cards gonna make it clear. Tune in now, it's time to see the future's here for you and me. Flip the card, what does it show? Answers that you need to know. Love and fate all in a sign. Catch the vibes, we're feeling fine. Like and subscribe for a reading. Future's here and it's revealing. Mindy's life, so we believe in the magic we're achieving. Every Sunday, loving free. Grab the truth that's on your screen. Crystal ball and tarot spread. Fortunes dancing in your head. Join the fun, it's all in line. Questions answered every time. Mindy's here to build the hype. Hit the bell and hit that like. Like and subscribe for a reading. Future's here and it's revealing. Mindy's life, so we believe in the magic we're achieving. Sunday living free, grab the truth that's on your screen. Crystal ball and tarot spread, fortunes dancing in your head. Join the fun, it's all in line. Questions answered every time. Mindy's here to build the hype. Hit the bell and hit that like and subscribe for a reading. Future's here and it's revealing. Mindy's life, so we believe in the magic we're achieving. Like and subscribe for a reading. Gather round, folks, it's the Tarot Delight. Mindy's live read under Sunday night light. Mystical deck spread out in a scene. Like and subscribe, get your future screened. Shuffling the cards, destiny in hand. Aussie style groove, living on the land. Free readings, minds free from stress. Tapping into vibes, blessed with finesse. Mindy on the mic, crystal ball in sight. Tarot cards flipping, truths out at night. Fortunes laid bare every Sunday live. Hit that like button, let your future thrive. Aces and ones, swords and cups. Mindy's got the secrets filling you up. From Sydney to Perth, Melbourne in between. Sunday night magic. magic, digital routine. Pause and breathe, mystery unfold. Life's little secrets, tales foretold. One click away from your personal spread. Tune in now, get
Hi, welcome to Sunday Live Tarot Readings. Can you turn off the timer? Welcome Em, welcome Lucinda, welcome Dorella. Thanks for being here. So every Sunday I jump on and I like to do some live tarot readings. I've been reading the tarot for more than 25 years. So Em, you've asked if you could ask a question. Of course you can. I will start with you if that's okay. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and we're going to see what comes out for you. So you can either ask a question publicly, or you can do it personally in your mind, and I can see if I can tap into that for you. So whichever way you'd like to do, I'll keep shuffling the cards until you respond here. Hi Lucinda, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. So we have a beautiful day here. It is, I'm in obviously Australia, so is Tobias missing me? His thoughts and feelings towards me, please. Okay, thanks, Em. I'll ask about Tobias for you and we'll see what comes through. So in the Southern Hemisphere, we have quite warmer weather. So we're going into spring and it is a beautiful 25 degrees Celsius day. No worries, Lucinda. I'll answer your question in a little while. And it is really, really, really lovely out there. So I'm expecting that things might be a bit quieter online today. So people will be out and about doing things. So it's about 11:15 a.m. here in Victoria, Australia. All right. So Em, I'm going to cut the cards into 3 and I'm going to see what they foretell regarding Tobias missing you, okay? Let's have a look. All right. So I'm going to actually say yes, he is missing you. I feel that he has been through, you've both been through a lot, and I think that emotionally there's been some disconnect going on between you, and it's mainly to do with communication. So I have the 5 of Pentacles, which is talking about some hardships that have come up for him, and I feel like that might be a few issues that you may be struggling with, and that's a bit of a problem there that you've gone through between yourselves. And I think that maybe he has struggled with insights, like trying to suggest the way he feels to you in his own words have been a little bit muddled and you're not really sure where he's coming from. But yes, he's definitely missing you, and I feel like there's going to be a message. So we have the card of the King of Cups represented as Tobias at the moment, and I feel like that is the signal with the 6 of Wands that his energy is really, really positive towards you, and he really does think very highly of you. You come into his thoughts a lot. Something about timing between you two, Em, as well, and I feel like with the 5 of Pentacles behind Tobias here, I feel like there was something to do with timing and things just weren't working out in terms of the timing of things between you two, and something about money as well. I think there was some struggles financially that he or yourself had to attend to, and that put a bit of a wedge between things. But he definitely is thinking of you. He definitely does care about you, and I feel like he's going to make a big difference. There's going to be a big exchange that comes up in the future, and there's going to be a big difference here in the relationship, and I think that somehow he will reach out to you and let you know how he feels, and things will get a little bit better, and I think you'll be able to be more cohesive in your relationship. So that is the reading about Tobias. I think you know that there is some thoughts and feelings going on in the background and you're tapping into those, but he's been a little bit wishy-washy with expressing those, or maybe a little bit distant, because he's basically trying to sort out some situations that have been really difficult for him. So it's not that he's deliberately not communicating as well as he could be with you, it's just that he's trying to sort stuff out. But yes, I see in the future really positive news there and regarding Tobias, and I hope that's helped you. Okay, Lucinda, will you get a job opportunity? So I would love to do that. And Dorella and Crow's Nest, welcome. Lovely to see you here. And your name's Jessica, sorry, yep. And you're single for 3 years, and what will come for you in love? Okay, I would love to have a look for you. Okay, oh, that's an interesting combo, Lucinda, isn't it? Wow, you must, hi Anastasia, welcome. So you're a Gemini with Cancer rising and Capricorn moon. So you have 3 elements just in your top 3. So you've got your air, you know, your sun sign, and you've got your water rising, and you've got your earth moon. So it's a really lovely balance that you've got going on there. But there would be elements for you where your heart will be playing with your mind, and your emotions might get a bit restless at times as well. Yes, thank you. It is, Jessica. It's going well. All right, so Dorella, I'm going to have a look for you. He's a Cancer, so we're going to see if Tony L will reach out to you. Let's have a look. All right, so Cancers can be very emotionally responsive. So if something happens, they'll respond in the moment depending on what's going on for them. And water can mean that they very much do respond with their hearts and all of that. So Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Rising, Pisces, Moon, Venus in Virgo, Jess. Yeah, that's an interesting combo too, isn't it? Yeah, your head rules over your heart. Yes, I could see that with your Gemini Sun and Capricorn Moon, because you're very practically minded with all that Mercury and that Saturn there in your inner self, that practicality with that Earth there. But the Cancer will give you a little bit more perspective with emotions than some people have. Okay, I'm going to cut these into 3. That's okay. And cut them into 3 for you. And we're going to have a look, Lucinda, and see what comes up. Oh, sorry, this is for Dorella, not for Lucinda. I'll get to you, Lucinda. All right, Dorella, so we're looking at Tony and whether he will reach out to you. I feel that there's been mixed messages coming in for you from Tony. I feel like you've had signals, you know, one minute you feel like he's, you know, very interested and connected to you, and there's lots of positivity between you. And on the other hand, I feel like sometimes he can be aloof and quite cold towards you, and so that's left you in a state of confusion. But the good news is that we have the Wheel of Fortune sitting right in the middle. And the Wheel of Fortune signifies to me that there is a fated event coming up for you guys. And I feel like there's going to be some kind of a big announcement from Tony to you. And I feel like, yes, he will reach out to you. And I think he's going to do it in a very dramatic way. So I think either he's got things going on and he's planning things in the background, but I think he's definitely doing something like this, Dorella, for you. And I think it's going to be pretty big, bigger than you think it will be. And I do see a happy home between you two in the future. I think that this to and fro that you're going through at the moment will settle down. And I think when he does reach out, fate will turn its hand, and you guys there will be some very positive interactions around a home environment for you. And I think that's what he wants. He wants to know that there is solidarity there for you, and he's really, really looking at that. And I think that would be a very interesting time for you. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing if you can comment back in the next couple of weeks whether he does reach out, because it looks like a very positive connection between you. So the Wheel of Fortune gives me 10, so it could be 10 days, it could even be 10 weeks, but generally I feel like it's short term. I feel like it's not going to be too long, but I feel like, yeah, we've got number 10 right in the center as major arcana for timing. So I would say to you, Dorella, that it's probably going to be either 10 weeks or 10 days, but it's going to be fairly quickly that you're going to hear from him. So let's go with 10 days. But yeah, sometimes divine timing is a bit trickier than our linear timing, but 10 days isn't too far away. Or if it is 10 weeks, we're looking at around, you know, just after Christmas, that type of thing. I hope that's helped you, Dorella, but it looks really, really, really good for you. All right, Lucinda, let's have a look at your reading, and then I will get to you, Jess. And yes, Anastasia, I can definitely have a look. That's no problem. Okay. So Lucinda, let's have a look for you and see what's coming up. Okay. Oh, we've had the Empress jump out there, Lucinda. Let's have a look and see what that means. Oh, a couple of cards are jumping today. They're very excitable. All right. So I'm thinking of you, Lucinda, now, and we're really, really trying to touch into our energy. And look, it doesn't matter when you're shuffling where the cards do face up a little bit. They will either come out the way they're meant to or not. It's fine. Okay. Hi, Mohammed. Nice to see you here. Thanks for being here. Okay. All right, Lucinda, let's have a look and see. I'm cutting the pile of the deck with my left hand just to spread that energy through the cards so we can get a real accurate look at that for you. Okay. All right, I feel like there is energy regarding 2 males in your life, Lucinda. And I think that there's been a lot of confusion over which way to go. So I'm going to say that I feel like you have a connection with somebody at the moment, but I feel like your heart is elsewhere. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes when we have heartache or we have something that doesn't work out with the previous partner, they can stay with us. They can be an imprint that sits on our souls with that person. And so I think that there may be some kind of a connection from a while back that still sits with you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're in love with that person, but I do feel that you have a connection with somebody from the past, and I think that that is hindering progress in a current connection or something that you're looking towards in terms of a male connection there. So I'm not sure what that's about, so I'm just reading the comments. Yes, cards jumping, it's funny, isn't it? So I do feel that connection is stopping you from really being able to let yourself go, let yourself be connected to this other person because your heart is elsewhere. So the moon is talking about intuition, and it's talking about messages that you have that are really, really powerful, that are driving you to make decisions. So it also talks about a little bit of self-delusion. Sometimes when we've been through a lot of pain, some of our coping mechanisms are to tell ourselves, no, I've moved on, I'm okay, I'm not really stuck with anybody, that's all right. But I do think that at the end of the day, your heart sits with somebody from your past. Yes, and I think you've never really properly healed from that, Lucinda, 29 years ago. Yeah, and I know that means that connection between you was so strong, and it will be very hard for you to forge a true connection like that again. So my advice is to accept that love has been lost, and that's really, really hurtful. Acceptance is something that you've been trying to do for a long, long time, but I feel like accepting and acknowledging that your heart will always be there, but allowing yourself to express love in a different way in the future is something positive. But the connection you're trying to forge now is probably not, you're not on the same page. So I advise you to probably let that one go. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that would have been tough, affecting your finances, and another Gemini too. You would have really connected on a powerful level, but obviously there was some deceit and things like that were going on. But he's the Knight of Pentacles, which is a younger male from your past, and Pentacles is all about money and stuff as well. So it's probably that financial influence that we're talking about. But I do have another King here that you're trying to forge a connection with that's just not as powerful, and you do miss that. You're looking for that. So I would say it's time to really get in touch with those deeper wounds and try to work on healing from those. I hope that's helped you, Lucinda. Okay, so now we're going to jump into Jess. I'm going to give you a reading. Oh, Dorella, I'm in Victoria, so I'm in just 2 hours north of Melbourne. So I'm a fair way from Albany and Perth. So I'm on the other side of the country. All right, so Jess, as in there's 2 Jesses. Hi, Jessica, how are you? So we have Crow's Nest Jess, Leo Sun. I'm going to be reading for you now, if that's okay. And hi, Jessica, DO4. I can definitely do one for you as well. All right, so Jess, we're going to have a look for you, Jessica. All right. And it's I love that you guys are sharing your astrology with me, because the astrology and tarot are so interlinked, and often our elements will come through and give some insight into what's happening in your life. The elements are very powerful, aren't they? So to share with you, I'm a Virgo Sun, Leo Rising, Sag Moon. So I don't have much of that water there, and I do have a stellium in my 2nd house, so I have a bit of air. I have a fair bit of Libran in my outer planets. So the balance for me is having my Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon daughter. She helps me with my emotional self and helps me have that perspective. Okay. Yes, Anastasia, welcome. And her name is Anastasia. I just spotted your comment there. All right. So Jessica, crow's nest. I'm just differentiating the two of you. All right, I'll pop that over for you and we'll have a look. So you're single and you're looking for love and you want a long-term relationship. And I'm really, really excited to see what may come for you. Okay, so I don't know whether whether you have a child, Jess, or whether you have a... yes, I have a sister, Jessica, as well, who was born in the 80s, so it was a very, very common name, wasn't it? So, Jess, what I was seeing for you is, do you have a child, or is there a child connected to you? So I have a page of wands here. So if you don't have a child, I'm going to talk to you about you maybe having a child in the future. So I have a page of wands here, and I feel like there's a little bit of stress around that, and that's something that maybe you've been struggling with. So what I see is that there is the Eight of Swords in the middle of your reading, Jess, and what I see with that is that you're feeling trapped within circumstances in your life, and I think that that can be a little bit of a struggle, because what happens is when you have a feeling of being trapped, it means that you can't really see a way out of your situation in terms of trying to make connections. So the Six of Cups sitting in your past is talking about okay, you have children, yeah, all right, yes, all right. So this is about your past children then, and that's what I figured, is that you do have a connection to children. Hi, Kat, welcome. Lovely to see you here. So yes, that's the trapped feeling, and that's the hurt that you've been struggling for a long, long time. And Jess, I feel for you that heartache that you live with constantly is a state of anxiety where you feel like you have been through, like you've obviously been through so much, and it's really a hard situation for you to be able to navigate outside of that. You're looking for some kind of relief and some kind of connection, but you've been through so much that it's really hard to meet someone on your level. The Six of Cups is saying that there's also a whole lot of trust issues, because you've obviously been very, very hurt in the past too. And I sense that there's also been a little bit of deceit and lies around you, and I feel like that's really hard for you to let yourself go all in when it comes to a relationship. And yes, things are stagnant at the moment for you, but I feel like it's because you struggle really to trust and let yourself go into a relationship fully because of your past hurts. And I think that in the holes in your heart that are sitting there come from a lot of pain from your past too. And I think that there's, that knowledge in your head that you have integrity and truth, and there's stuff that you know about that, happened, and you've done so well to heal yourself. You have worked so hard. And so that goes into such a positive place that sometimes it makes you feel very protective of that, because you don't want to let go of that. And yeah, exactly. So they come in and they say they want commitment, but they only want sex. Yep. Isn't that such an awful experience? And that's the trap that you're in. It's almost like you're in a loop. But I also think that it's because the people that you're attracting into your life at the moment are coming in because there is a deeper part of you that is struggling to really submit and to allow yourself to fall properly into love. So I think that that's probably part of the struggle. So my message would be that it's time to start to release some of those chains that you've got yourself tucked away in, and to look at, giving yourself more emotional connection. So that would mean even, going on proper dates and doing things a little bit old school, and really not committing to that kind of physical stuff for a little while, and really having that connection with somebody, verbally and emotionally, and seeing where that goes, rather than submitting to the physical. Because I feel like for you, you're always looking for connection, you're always looking for love, and sometimes that happens in the wrong places because you're trying to heal some of those wounds from your past. But you've done a lot of work, and I think you should be so proud of how far you've healed and what you've been able to do within yourself. but it's time to now start to release yourself so you can submit yourself fully emotionally to somebody. I have the Page of Wands in the future for you, which is saying maybe a younger fire sign male. You may have some connection with him, and I feel like that will probably go in a better place than what things have been like in the past. So look out for a younger fire sign. I feel like there may be a connection there, but I do think that you've got to allow yourself to trust again, and that's going to take time because you have been hurt, but you know the truth in your heart and you are 100% right about that. So your integrity will always win through, and I want you to know that all the work you've done hasn't been in vain. I hope that's helped you, Jess. But you can find love, but there is a younger fire sign who's definitely got a connection with you, who definitely will have a connection with you, and I hope that helps. Okay, so our next person was Alison. How are you going, Alison? Yes, I'd love to do a reading for you, and I'll have a look and see if he is really in love with you and will he reach out to you. Let's have a look. And sometimes asking, hi Candy, how are you going? Sorry, your comments got lost there. How are you? It's good. How are you? Yes, so I'll have a look for you, Alison, and see if he really is in love with you. Let's check. Okay, Alison. Don't worry, Jessica, I haven't forgotten about you either. And Candy, yes, no worries. Okay. All right, let's have a look for you, Alison, and see what comes through. Okay. So that was... You've been doing some cleansing lately. Oh, that's great. Okay, Alison, I'm going to be really honest with you because I think that's what you need right now. And I'm going to say that he is giving you one side of himself, but the other side of himself is a bit deceitful. So, sorry, Anastasia, no, that was for Jess, but I haven't forgotten about you. I'll be with you soon. So the devil is sitting in the middle with the emperor, and that is saying to me that there has been some lies and deceit from him for you, Alison. So I feel like there are things that you may not know that he's doing in the background. The devil is all about deceit. So there are a few lies going on too, and I'm really sorry to say that, but I feel like there are things that he's not sharing with you. So there is a side of himself that you're not seeing. So if you ask me if he's really in love with you, my answer would be unfortunately not the way you deserve. So that doesn't mean that he doesn't have the capacity to love, but I feel like you deserve better. And I think that there is a lot of connection that you guys have had quite physically, and I feel like the sex side of it has been quite powerful. But I feel like unfortunately that's where it all goes for him. That's what his interest is. Very, very physically minded about, sex, money, rock and roll, that type of thing is what I see with him. So he's very much earthly bound. So he's looking for his own everything for himself, for his own pleasure pursuits. But what I see with the 9 of Pentacles is that you have this inner independence, Alison, and you're able to do things for yourself that are very, very, very positive. So you can move on quite well from this, or you can actually maintain your integrity through this. But I think there's an inner knowledge that something isn't 100% right in this relationship and that connection with him. So I would say, unfortunately, there is some deceit. There is some information that he's not forthcoming with. And just watch out, because some of the stuff that is going on in the background looks a little bit deceitful, and you do deserve better. So 9 of Pentacles is saying you'll be okay. You're very smart, and I think that you'll manage to get yourself through this. So absolutely no worries around your health and your well-being. No harm will come to you. But I'm just saying that in terms of trusting him and in terms of his love for you, it's just not what you deserve. You deserve better. And there is better on the horizon if you're willing to let him go, but something keeps drawing you back to him. And I think that a lot of it's the physical pleasure between you two. I hope that's helped, Alison. Sorry if it was a little bit negative there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do Jessica and then we'll do Anastasia. That's okay. All right. So you'll both get a reading, don't worry. Just stay tuned. I love doing these. It's great. It's great energy, isn't it? Fantastic. All right, so Jessica DO4, your turn. All right. It's going to be very, very positive, I think. I can feel the energy. It's good. Okay, I'll just scroll down, Jess, and see if you had a question. Okay. I could go to the next page. All right. Yeah, what's coming for you next in love? Let's have a look. Okay. What's coming for you next in love, Jess? We'll have a look and we'll see. Oh, it's just been such a busy period. I don't know if you're feeling this energy at the moment, but it's so full on. And I think here in Australia last week we had our daylight savings and I'm still adjusting. It takes me a long time to adjust. If you ask my husband about it, he'd tell you that it's the worst week of the year because I'm complaining the whole week about it because I've lost my hour. And Candy, I haven't forgotten you either. Okay. You're welcome, Alison. I hope that's helped you. Oh, you're a Virgo Sun, Libra Moon. I'm a Virgo Sun too, Jess. What date is your birthday? But I'm a Sag Moon. But I have a lot of Libra in my chart, so we probably have similar traits, I'd reckon. Okay. All right, Jess, let's have a look about your love life. Okay, so what I see here is that there is some changes coming up for you, Jess, and I feel like there is a lot happening in your future. There's a lot of planning going on at the moment. What I feel is that there's a bit of exhaustion on your part. I feel like there's a bit of burnout going on because I think August 30, yeah, so you're late August Virgo. That's fantastic. What a nice year it is, a time of year it is where everything starts warming up. I'm September 8th, so yeah, hooray Virgos. So the Chariot in the middle is a major arcana card, and that's where I'm drawing my focus for you, Jess, and that's talking about where things are going. And we've got number 7 here, and I love number 7 because it's vibrational in the sense that it's cyclic. So we think of cycles as 7. So 7 days of the week, you know, we have 7 years our cells renew, that type of thing. So 7's are very cyclic. So 728, you know, the moon cycles all tap back to 7. So I feel that there's a big change coming up in your life at the moment, and you're moving towards some really big success in your career. And I feel like that's been taking up a lot of your time lately, and it's been really, really busy for you. I'm going to say this though, that I feel like there are people around you who are a little bit jealous or a little bit judgmental of your efforts, and I think it's because of their own insecurities. So I think there's been some things that you've been struggling with yourself, that you've been feeling insecure with for a little bit, and that's been you know, their issues, not yours. So you're actually progressing quite well and you're doing things really well and you're very capable, but people often get threatened by that. So there's been a little bit of, I would say, backstabbing going on, where you feel the energy and you know that that's happening. But the Chariot is suggesting to me that you're trying to move on from that and you're trying to pull yourself out of those toxic situations as much as you can, because you don't like to be trivial and you don't like to sit in it. But unfortunately, there's been a lot of that kind of stuff happening in the workplace, and I think that people are just being, you know, nitty-gritty and gossipy and things like that. But the 10 of Swords is telling me in the future that self-sabotage is a bit of an issue as well when it comes to love. So sometimes you'll get in and you'll start to make a connection with somebody, and then that gets a little bit too real for you. And having that Libra moon, Librans can be very they can struggle with commitment and sticking with those circumstances. And I think that that inner part of you wants it to be so right that you end up fearing what could go wrong. And so a lot of the time you end up then either getting out of the relationship or things just don't work out. But my message is with the 10 of Swords is that it has been a really heavy period for you emotionally. It's been really, really tough, and I feel like you've been through a little bit of heartache and stress and pain, and you're feeling ready now to face things and to look at things differently. So it's the darkest before dawn. So I want you to know that this period is nearly over for you, because I really actually love getting the Ten of Swords in a reading, because it tells me when I've been going through a whole lot of stuff that it's about to get better. And what I love with the symbology here is if you look at all the swords sticking out of the back, it looks very ominous, and people fear this card when they see it come out. But I look at this black sky where everything's really dark and everything feels very negative, and then I look at that dawn coming, and I'm always hopeful for a brand new day. And that's what I'm seeing for you in your future, that you're riding towards a change, and a change not just within your circumstances but within you. And I feel like that's going to bring in a lot of good for you. So I think that's going to help you attract the right partner. I'm also going to say that if you've been thinking about a move, I would jump on it, because I think that you're feeling a bit stuck where you are. So if your heart and soul is thinking, I'd love to be somewhere else, there's a reason why the universe is kicking you to think about that change, because that's where I think you're going to find that positivity. And that's a big decision. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, drop everything and move, but I'm saying consider it, because it's coming up in your cards for a reason, that there is a change upcoming for you that way. So that's very, very exciting to see too. And I think that if you do take the plunge and you do decide to make a move somewhere else, I think it would be very, very, very positive for you. Yes, Kat, I agree. Energies have been so crazy and everyone is struggling. Oh, yeah, you would be seeing a few more behaviours too. That'd be very draining. I hope you've been able to have a bit of a rest this weekend. Yes, so you've been wanting to move. The universe is kind of saying that until you do, love is going to be a bit tricky. So I think it's a bit of a nudge that you needed to maybe start getting the wheels in motion and think about a move. The Chariot's right in the center here, major arcana card, giving you that push to start going and getting that dawn to come up for you. So sometimes we've got to take the action. I have a son who is a Virgo sun, Libra moon, just like you, Jess. And he is just absolutely, he's very, very forthright in his thinking, and when he's determined, he goes for it. But he does sometimes get stuck, and sometimes that's because of his indecisive nature with his Libra moon. So I would say that it's time to let your Virgo sun take control. Jump on the Chariot and go for it and see where it takes you. I think your dawn will come then. I hope that's helped you. It's very, very exciting. I love those kind of readings, because it's just, what's in your heart already, what you already know, and it's just going to push things into a positive direction. All right, Candy, thanks for joining the readings today. I'm going to lay out the cards for you if that's all right. Oh, I love that, Cat. Yeah, you covered the shop. Oh, goodness. And you would have had my son in there. I think he was in there. Oh, next weekend off. You need to rest and you need to recover. Hopefully you don't do anything next week. I was going to go to Melbourne next week, but I'm definitely not going to. You're welcome, Jess. Really lovely to read for you. But I'm not going to, I don't think. It's just too busy. And we need downtime. All right. Candy, let's have a look for you. Now, you asked me. Sorry, I'm just going through the comments there. Now, you asked me. What did you ask me? Cleansing, what's coming next for you overall. I'm really glad to hear you've been doing some cleansing, Candy. That's fantastic. It makes a huge difference in your life when you can cleanse your energies out and see what's coming up for you now. Because when we cleanse the energies, it actually opens up, the way or, portals for us to be able to create new energies, which I always find very, very exciting. Yes, but sometimes we need to take the steps to get things moving if things are stuck, because if we don't take those steps, then we're just going to keep going around the hamster wheel, and it can be very nerve-wracking and scary when we do take those steps. But comfort zones need to be broken sometimes for us to get comfortable again. All right. So Candy, let's have a look and see. What do we have here? Okay, so I feel as though you are emotionally much more balanced than you have been in some time, and that's a real positive thing, and that's all the inner work that you've been doing. And I feel that real positive energy around you with those 2 cup cards. So the 2 of cups is like you can easily form connections and release them. And I think that's really, really positive. I have the 9 of cups in the middle, which is like a relationship or a connection. And I feel like maybe you're ascending your energy and you're lifting yourself up, but I feel like maybe there is a male around you who's feeling like he's being left behind. So there may be a bit of insecurity being present on his part around the situation, because you've been working so hard to cleanse your energy and to do all these positive things for yourself. But I feel like the 5 of Swords is saying that there is some energy around that, that's saying that you are moving into high vibration, and you're lifting yourself up and you're trying to maintain that vibration, but he's feeling a little bit like left behind and maybe a little bit sooky and things like that. So I don't know if there's a significant male in your life, Candy. Sorry if I forgot about that, but I feel like there is a connection there that's a little bit funny at the moment between you two. But it looks like when I see the 5s, often people get worried about the 5s, but what I see with the 5s is that it's literally just an imbalance between you two of the way that you're thinking about things, and it's not negative in any way, it's just challenging each other, and that can be quite a positive thing. So I see it as, you can almost see the grin on his face, the cheeky grin on his face, that he's, you know, got all the swords there and he's won, and they're walking away going, oh look, it's petty, we're not going to fight about this. But often I'll see this come up in couples banter a little bit too. But I think with the 9 of Cups there is definitely a connection that's happening between you and a bit of a mismatch. But I think that you need to keep going, because what you're going to do is influence a partner in your life to bring his vibration up as well, and not to feel left behind. So the more he sees you working and ploughing this out, the better things are going to be for him too. And so my message with that is keep going, because the cleansing and the healing have been working so well for you that it's only going to bring better things for you in your future. So the 5 of Swords is just saying, have fun with it, be frivolous, let it be. And I see some exciting events for you as well. And I think there's going to be some good times coming for you, whether you've booked some events to go to, whether you're planning to do some things for yourself that's light and funny and exciting. I feel like the, you know, even day trips, you know, out and about, just looking at things and yeah, you started working out and being consistent. That's fantastic, doing that for yourself. Isn't that wonderful? And if your partner feels a little bit left behind there, I feel like he will catch up. I feel like he'll be able to see and be influenced by that. If initially he's been insecure by that, that's normal. Sometimes it takes them a minute to come up to your level, so be patient with him. But the message is too that organise some fun events and do some frivolous play. Just have a bit of fun, enjoy yourself, let your hair down, because we can all be serious about our goals and we can all be very dedicated, but we also need some downtime. We also need to be free, and we need to just release a little bit. So the advice is, what's coming up for you over the next few months is probably let yourself go, not in terms of like let yourself go in a bad way, let yourself be free and let your hair down, have a bit of fun, book some things, go to the concert you've wanted to go to, go and plan day trips, go and just enjoy that side of life as well, because then I feel like when you're being consistent and you're doing the due diligence, it'll all pay off later on for you as well. So that's really, really positive. And I think that will be a really, really, really good thing for you. So I hope that's helped you, Candy, but I feel like have a bit of fun, let your hair down. That's the message I got there. Okay, so do we have anyone else there waiting for a reading? Kat, did you want one, or were you just here observing? Thanks for being here, Candy, too. I'll just wait for the comments because I may have missed somebody, and I'm sorry if I did. Okay, it's okay if people are just here to watch as well, because sometimes it's nice to just come in and say g'day, say hi. Anastasia, yeah, I knew there was somebody else missing, sorry. You're welcome, Candy, thanks for being here. I think, yeah, let your hair down, have some fun. Anastasia, I'm so sorry, I should have remembered that. You've got the same beautiful name as my daughter. Okay, I knew there was somebody else that had commented. I just have a few pages sitting here now, so I was just got to scroll through them. Okay, Anastasia, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just going to go through your questions. I know that's hilarious, isn't it? Now, did you have a question? I'll just have a look through the comments. You're going to type it in again for me, aren't you? Oh, thanks for your patience, Anastasia. Do you get Stacey or Anna for short? My daughter gets Stacey. I love it. When I was little, I used to name all my dolls Anastasia, and I said if I ever have a daughter, I'm going to name her Anastasia. And I did, and I love that name. It's very, very beautiful. Okay, I'd like to know, does person of interest view, how do they view you, and will we be in a committed relationship soon, and will he reach out to you? Okay. Just trying to concentrate that energy for you, Anastasia. Yeah, Stasia's lovely too, and I like Anna. It's beautiful. It's with the one N, it's quite nice, isn't it? I hope you like your name. I know you didn't choose it, but okay. It's very pretty. All right, pop that back together. All right, so person of interest views you. Let's see. Okay, so this person that you're referring to in your life, this male in your life, I've got a male energy, has been through a lot of heartache. So I feel like there is a lot of pain that he carries on this plane at the moment. So he has been withdrawing his energy, and I feel like that's why things are so confusing for you at the time. Yeah, you should love it. I hope my daughter really loves her name as she gets older. She's in that rebellious teenage stage, so she's like, oh, you know. But the Hermit to me is about a major arcana card. It's number 9 in the tarot, and it talks about life journeys, but he's also a very wise person who's very introspective. But I feel like he's, you know, someone who he's struggling to express his emotions to you. He's struggling to connect with you emotionally. And that's not anything that he's deliberately doing. I feel like it's coming from a place of heartache for him. And so what I see is that I think he's struggling with reaching out to you because he doesn't know what to say, and he feels a bit overwhelmed by things. So he's struggling to be committed to somebody at the moment properly, and I think that he just needs more time to assess the situation, because the biggest thing that he's scared of is hurting you and being hurt. So he's self-preserving at the moment. I also feel for yourself there's been some heartache as well. So you both understand each other, which is a really beautiful connection. But I'm going to say too that if you're holding yourself back for this relationship, I probably wouldn't be. And the reason why I wouldn't be is because I feel like the Hermit is saying that it's going to take him a long time. If you think it's worth waiting for, absolutely. Commit with him and wait for him, but it's going to take him unforeseen time to really step up and make a proper connection with you. The 3 of Swords unfortunately means a bit of heartbreak in the future, but I don't feel that that's going to be anything that's unexpected for you, Anastasia. I feel like it's going to be something that you're going to persevere through, but I think you know in your heart that things just are not quite merging at the moment, and that doesn't mean that it can't at some point, but you have a decision to make. So you have a choice to make whether you wait for him or you look to the future for something new. But either way, it's going to be hard for you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and pretend it's going to be all easy and roses and sunshine lollipops, because it's certainly not going to be. But I do think that even waiting for him, it's going to be really, really hard, because your heart, you know, you want the real deal and you want the connection and you want to have that committed relationship with someone, and you're absolutely allowed to have that. And so the 3 of Swords sitting there in the future is telling me that, yeah, unfortunately, either way, it looks like there's going to be heartache, whether you wait or whether you decide that you know, you're going to let him be and take some time out alone. So if you were to take some time out alone, I feel like it would give you the perspective you needed as well. The Hermit is all about withdrawal, but also it's about discovering things. So the more you hold on to this at the moment, I feel like the more things are going to be stagnant for you, because it doesn't make way for new commitments or new connections to come in for you. So yeah, sorry that was a little bit of a tougher read, but I do hope that that's helped clarify things for you. But I think in your heart you know that there is a lack of connection on his part there. He's just not as committed as I think you deserve. And I think that there is obviously a bit of heartache around the corner with this, because you're already hurting from this because you don't have that clarity, if that makes sense. So hopefully that's helped a bit. I know sometimes the tarot doesn't muck around and it can be a little bit forthcoming in the messages that it gives us. But just remember that for the greater good of yourself, it's very important that you reflect and trust those feelings, even though they are hard to face sometimes. I hope that's helped you, Anastasia. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining me on my live today. It's been really wonderful to come in and connect. I've got to go. I'm doing a healing circle today locally, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I think that's, you're so welcome, and I look forward to seeing you all next Sunday if you do decide to come back, or new people that do come in. It's always a wonderful, wonderful time, and I really, really enjoy doing this. So yeah, jump on and like and subscribe and you'll get the notifications of when I'm on, but I try to get on every Sunday. Lovely to see you here. Thanks, guys.
Like and subscribe to enter.